What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Anthony with the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel, and today is Saturday. It is September 8th, and yeah, we do have a live show for you today. Now, there is not a ton of breaking news stories that are going on right now, but there's still plenty of stuff to get into, and Jim Hall is first in chat. Hey everyone, what is going on? Jim Hall, nice to see you. And let's see here. What did I want to do now? Okay. Let's see. Actually, let me switch over to my special guest window. Okay, so I do have chat over here. The one thing I haven't done is sized it perfectly. And so I'll try to just, this is the normal version, and then this is special guest version. It looks like I made it a little bit too big. Make it just a teeny bit smaller here, and it's just going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, we're hoping maybe there might be a chance that we could have a special guest today, and that would be really super awesome if we were able to have a special guest today. Mame Fan, who we know and love, he does have a camera. He just might not be ready today, but I told him, look, it's no big deal, bro, just come on. But anyway, this is VR Game Rankings. This is the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. And yeah, so I was about to say VR Roundtable. That's tomorrow. This is VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. And of course, this is the Daily Vlog Live, episode 195. It is Saturday. It is September 8th. And we do have some minor news stories to get into. The Jordan Complex is checking in. What is up, Jordan Complex? Sar In is checking in as well. What is up, Sar? He is a Pimax backer. And, you know, good news in Pimax land. Before Christmas, Sar In should probably get his headset. And so I'm sure he's looking forward to that. I am looking forward to Pimax in a way, because I mean, it is going to give a kick in the pants to everybody else, and I'm looking there hasn't been legit competition in the VR headset market, which is really disappointing. Okay, so what I need to do is, of course, get off of this VR Game Rankings little intro thing, and let's just put on some rando trailer for the background, a rando trailer. And I kind of like this Mind Labyrinth VR Dreams trailer, which this might be a September game. I don't believe we have a date for this, but this might be a September game. So here is a rando trailer. Sponge 720 is checking in, and SAMIK81 is also checking in. YouTube try to hide these vlogs. I always have to go directly in channel to find one. Every other channel I'm sub tells me when stream starts. I need to figure out how I need to figure out how to fix that. I think I need to set up an event and do all of that stuff. But when you go down the process of setting up an event, it's kind of screwed up. There's some weird, it's kind of problematic. But I guess I'm going to need to figure out how to do that, because that is problematic if people have no idea that this show is happening. So basically, what is the schedule for the Daily Vlog Live? And the schedule is, we are at 11 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Saturday is 12 noon Pacific. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. See, I never went to YouTube and went into the live streaming thing. My bad. Okay, maybe this is my fault. See, I need to go into this YouTube thing here, and I need to go into the studio. It says live now. I'm seeing it now, but it's showing episode 194, Master Indy from Jet Island. See, I have to change that, because that was yesterday. We are now on episode 195, and I'll just put in here Saturday live stream, and we'll just leave it like this until it's an archived version, and then I'll go ahead and make changes. So my bad for that. But basically, the normal schedule for this show is Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Saturday is noon, and then on Sunday we start 5 to 10 minutes after the conclusion of the VR Roundtable live show. So that is the normal schedule, and it should pretty much be like that all the time. Now, there's going to be issues that pop up where I'm going to be an hour late for a show or a half an hour late for a show. Maybe I'll even have to cancel a show. And if you want to know about that ahead of time, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at VR Game Rankings on Twitter. I do not tweet a ton of stuff. It does automatic tweets every time I do a new video. And then if like there's a showtime type of situation, I'll tweet about that. But I will not bombard you with a ton of tweets. So go ahead and follow it. That way you can keep up to date with when the shows are happening and all of that sort of thing. But let's go ahead and get into the web browser mode because there is some new information going on. Now, this is Smash Hit Plunder. It is going to receive a box release through Perp Games, and the first demo is at EGX. And yeah, EGX is coming up very soon, folks. So this was September 7th, Smash Hit Plunder. Now, for those of you guys out there that you don't remember what the hell is Smash Hit Plunder, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer because the team behind Smash Hit Plunder is Unseen. It's the same team that made Unseen Diplomacy. We're talking about Triangular Pixels here. Whatever happened to these guys? These guys got lost in the woods. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out. Yeah, so this is Smash Hit Plunder, and this is by the guys that made Unseen Diplomacy. We're talking about Triangular Pixels. This is an exclusive that was announced for PlayStation VR, which we thought was kind of surprising. This was a shocker when we first heard about it. This is a long time ago now, but when we first heard about Smash Hit Plunder, everybody was like, oh, Triangular Pixels. These are the Unseen Diplomacy guys. These are the guys that made probably the single best example of room scale that we've seen to date. And if you have a wireless VR setup of some type, you gotta play Unseen Diplomacy because you can crawl around on the ground. You gotta have a really pretty big play space to do it. But you can walk into different rooms, you crawl around on the ground, you're doing all kinds of stuff. And if it was completely wireless, it'd be awesome because I played Unseen Diplomacy with the damn wire tugging on the back of me the whole time. And when you're crawling on the ground, you need a long ass wire to make it work. But we always wondered what was Triangular Pixels going to do after Unseen Diplomacy. And then there was this announcement about Smash Hit Plunder coming to PlayStation VR, an exclusive coming to PlayStation VR. Kind of caught everybody off guard. Everybody's like, what? Dude, Triangular Pixels? Come on, man. This should be another Steam VR game, but you're making an exclusive PSVR game. And then this game basically disappeared into the mist as far as we could tell. And so we didn't hear anything about this for a long time. Paradise Decay says he has a ticket for EGX this year. Well, Paradise, you might get a chance to play Smash Hit Plunder for PSVR by Unseen Diplomacy. I am excited about this. I actually am excited about this. And there is some information here. So basically, let's see here. Smash Hit Plunder will be available for PlayStation VR at retail in 2018. The first playable public demo of Smash Hit Plunder will be at this year's EGX on the Perp Games stand from September 20th to September 23rd. And you can actually get in touch with them to book an appointment to play the game. So Paradise Decay, you might want to actually get in touch with Perp Games, set yourself up an appointment to try Smash Hit Plunder, because I think it looks really cool. I'm very much interested in checking it out. Let's see, the game is set in Castle Carvasso. Smash Hit Plunder features a medieval castle where every inch of the game can be smashed, crashed, and raided. The aim is to find as much treasure as possible while causing maximum havoc, while causing as much havoc as humanly possible. And Triangular Pixels were Best Game Developers winners at Edge Awards in January 2018. They are a high-quality studio. I mean, really, the only thing I've ever seen from them is Unseen Diplomacy. But after Unseen Diplomacy, I was always like, damn, what are these guys going to make next? You know, because I was a super big fan of Unseen Diplomacy, but definitely want to check this out if possible, no question. So this is Smash Hit Plunder. Yeah, this game is flying way under everybody's radar. Now, SAMIK81 says, I have no idea what this game is about from the trailer alone. Well, I mean, you look at this trailer here, and you can see that basically you've got hand presence, you're grabbing things, you're trying to loot things, you're trying to get things out of stuff, and you're smashing the shit out of everything else. And I believe this game also features multiplayer, so there can be other people in the game, but see, you're like looting these boxes, you're grabbing things, you're opening things, you're throwing things around. It looks like teleport movement. I don't know if there'll be any free locomotion that will be available. You can smash stuff, you grab the loot. That's what this game is all about. I mean, it doesn't look like, visually, it looks very simplistic, kind of like a Compound look to it, or like Doom, or like an old school kind of a look. But I don't know, I still think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it is Unseen Diplomacy, so I'm still excited about that. But that is in the news to a degree here. Okay, let's see. I do have a couple of other trailers that we can check out. These are some unknown games. I don't know too much about these, but these trailers just came out recently. Let's go to Professor Chuckenhope. Professor Chuckenhope. Yes, you heard me right. I have no idea what this is. Let's check this out. Yeah, so we can tell there is tremendous production value in this trailer, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. We realize very quickly whether or not a development studio has a lot of like money and resources behind it, or if it's kind of one dude, pretty much based on the trailer. Because if you get a trailer where it's just random clips of gameplay with some music playing in the background, that's pretty much, you got to understand this is probably an indie team, you know, so they don't have the money to produce like some really snazzy trailer. And so this is probably some type of indie game. So I don't know. Doesn't look all that impressive here, but that is Professor Chuckenhope, I believe. So don't know too much about that. Let me see if I can look this up. There might be a Steam page for this. And Professor Chuckenhope, I think it is, Steam. No, I got the wrong name. It's Professor something. Let's just go Steam. And let's see, yeah, Professor, I know it's Professor something. It's not going to anything, it seems like. Okay, well, anyways, never mind that. But yeah, that is Professor Chuckenhope. Here it is, Professor Chuckenhope. And I don't know, that might be coming soon. That could be a new game. Looks kind of lame, no question about that. Let's see, I've got another trailer of something I've never heard before that we can check out real quick since we're on the trailer kick. How about Tabletop Basketball VR? Let's check this one out.
From downtown. Great shot selection. This guy's a legend.
Looks like another relatively amateur video here, amateur trailer, but this is kind of interesting to me because I'm wondering how are we going to do like legit sports games in VR, realistic game, like games where you're trying to really do like full 5-on-5. So this is called Tabletop Basketball VR. It is coming to Steam. And Tabletop Basketball, I can actually look this one up. Tabletop Basketball VR. Yeah, so this is coming to Steam. It's coming to Steam. It's by Red Zone Studios LLC. It has October 2018, and this will be coming to Steam in October. Tabletop Basketball VR. So this looks actually kind of cool because the thing that I'm interested in as far as like this type of game is I've always felt that Madden, FIFA, this is what Greg's VR is saying in chat. Looks like what you were saying about Madden, FIFA, etc. in VR. Yeah, this is the way I think you have to do like NBA 2K in VR, John Madden in VR, FIFA in VR. But to me, the view is too far away. Like, I don't want to be that far away. I understand that what they're going for here is this kind of living room, like you're inside a living room, and this is your coffee table that is sitting in the middle of your living room, and you're having a full court basketball game that takes place on your coffee table. You probably can zoom in. You probably can zoom in as far as your angle on the game, but I would like to be much closer to that table, kind of hovering over that table, almost like a Godzilla, and let me play NBA 2K, let me play Madden, let me play FIFA, let me play NHL hockey. I think all of those games can come to VR, and I think it's a way for these studios to do these games in VR without having to invest millions and millions and millions of dollars in like figuring out how to do a proper VR game. Instead, they can just give us a tabletop experience of FIFA, a tabletop experience of Madden, a tabletop experience of NBA 2K. Now, this isn't the studio that develops NBA 2K. The studio that develops NBA 2K is Visual Concepts. They're one of the best sports games developers of all time. This is a Red Zone Studio. Let's see. This is Red Zone Studios LLC. I'm going to go ahead and click on this developer here, and they have Medieval Mystery Match, Sweet Treats, and Tabletop Basketball VR. So I've never heard of these guys. Their last two games were $10 each. This is Tabletop Basketball. It is coming in the month of October. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. Jim Hall says, I want first-person sports. Well, yeah, I would like first-person sports as well. And who knows? Maybe there are all kinds of different cameras. Maybe you can get down on the court in this game. Maybe there's like virtually unlimited camera angles that you can view this action from. So there might be first-person as well. I'm just saying that this is an easy way for Madden and all these games to have a VR version without having to worry about doing like this incredible production. Just give us a tabletop version of Madden and we can play it, you know. Greg's VR says, for real sports, I prefer not a God mode, but a selection of viewpoints, 50-yard line, courtside, etc. Eventually, absolutely. I think eventually we'll have all the available camera angles, and so there will be all kinds of things you could do. But if companies like Electronic Arts don't want to invest a ton of money in figuring out how to bring Madden to VR, they could still kind of give us like that tabletop version without having to do much at all. Just give us that camera angle and make it completely 3D, and you can play with an Xbox controller, and so you can run all your plays. You have all the normal buttons, etc., etc. Chris Gould says it looks kind of cute, and I hate all sports. Yeah, there's a lot of gamers that just like sports. They have no interest whatsoever, and it's unfortunate. You know, some people just have no interest in sports. I don't care about sports as much as I used to. I used to be like a sports junkie, like you wouldn't believe, but I'm not into sports quite as much as I used to be. Like, for example, tomorrow is the first day of the NFL, and I'm going to be doing the VR Roundtable show, and then I'm also going to be doing this show as well, following VR Roundtable. So I'm not going to be watching the NFL games early in the morning. So, you know, I'm not into sports as much as I was. Paradise Decay says, I'm not a fan of sports games, period. But there are good sports games. There still are good sports games. And if you write them all off, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Like 2MD VR football is freaking awesome. 2MD VR football is great. This trailer right here is Frankenstein Beyond the Time. Don't know anything about it. Just putting up a random trailer real quick before we move on to our next story. I did want to double check here in chat. Greg's VR says 2K football was the king. And yeah, that was Visual Concepts back in the days when they made football games. They made the NFL 2K series for 2K that was on like Xbox and PlayStation. And then, of course, Electronic Arts signed an exclusive deal with the NFL. And from that point on, no more 2K football. It was a true tragedy in the world of gaming. T-Dub says, has anyone into tennis tried first-person tennis, real tennis? I've heard about it. I haven't tried that personally. But yeah, everybody that says that they don't like sports, man, you guys are definitely probably not trying a game like 2MD VR football, which is really unfortunate because in this game, 2MD VR football, you can hike the ball. You have the ball in your hand and you throw a little pass to the wide receiver. He catches it. He runs for a touchdown and you feel like, yes, you get this elation. And like, I think everybody can enjoy that. I think everybody can experience that. I don't think you have to be like a very specific sports fan to experience that and enjoy that. And it's unfortunate that some people just, but you know, hey, I write off like Japanese role-playing games. Like, we can't play every game out there. There's got to be genres that we just say, F it, I'm not going to play this genre. Like, I don't do MMOs really. Like, I kind of don't even consider MMOs. I think we all have to have our genres that we deal with and that we don't deal with. Okay, I wanted to see, I have a few other things to get into. Let's see, what should we go to next? Well, you know what? Since we've been checking out a bunch of different trailers, let me see here. I'll look something up real quick. Okay, so Border Patrol. Has anybody been tracking this game, Border Patrol? Let's see here. I will go to this window right here. So Border Patrol. This game is by Paw Print Games. It is coming, see, release date says June 6, 2018. So this game is already available? Is this game available? Because there's a brand new trailer that I saw today, and I was going to show the trailer. There is a demo for this, so we can check out a demo for this. There's only one user review. Oh, this is a pre-alpha demo, so that's probably what became available on June 6th. But the actual game isn't out yet. And I do have a new trailer for this, found a new trailer on YouTube. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer for Border Patrol. But it's kind of like a really crappy video trailer. Like, it is not good video. It's like really low resolution. But let's go ahead and check this out anyway.
Hey newbie, don't forget to check for contraband. Mistakes will come out of your wage. If the weight on the travel pass doesn't match the booth scales, go into inspection mode. Then use the detector gadget to locate hidden compartments that may have items inside.
Yeah, so the resolution on this is pretty low. This looks like the trailer that pretty much plays on their YouTube page. But I did see this as a brand new trailer for this Border Patrol Paw Print Games. I know Paw Print Games has done some other game that's... Oh, Bloody Zombies. These are the Bloody Zombie guys. Bloody Zombies. I don't know if I ever tried the demo for this. Has anybody else tried the demo for this? It's been available since June 6th, but can't remember if I ever screwed around with this. But it looks very similar to like Papers, Please. It's kind of like Papers, Please.
Mistakes will come out of your wage. If the weight on the travel pass doesn't match the boot
Simon Jones says it has a budget cut vibe to it.
to locate hidden compartments that may have items inside.
And Paul Bellino says, I don't think they have made a sports game that takes advantage of all that VR has to offer. When a developer comes out with something really good, it will take off through the roof. Yeah, we might see some... Well, we've seen a lot of boxing games. I mean, remember, later this month, September 25th, we do have Creed Rise to Glory. Although it does look very cartoonish, I'm not sure that it's like a serious boxing game. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see when we get like a super real deal sports game that's done everything proper. But this is Border Patrol. There is a demo for this. This is Paw Print Games. These are the guys behind Bloody Zombies. It is very much Papers, Please, but in VR. Looks kind of funny. So I will try this demo out later today if possible. Okay, so what else can we get into? One thing I can get into real quick is I can talk a little bit about Tea Time Golf. So I did get a code for this game. Barker's Crest Studio is a developer. And I have converted this 480p video to 1080p, so now it will work in all my different screens, you know, whatever screens we go with, this will work. So I did play some Tea Time Golf last night, and the game is fun. It is colorful. I actually did have, I mean, see, we're on the sports game kick, so I might as well talk about this a little bit, but this recently came out on Steam. It's actually relatively new to Steam. Let's see, Tea Time Golf. Let me bring up the Steam page here. Yeah, it's currently going for $10, and it came out on August 31st. The reviews are positive. There's 15 reviews on it. We have a number of people in chat that have played this game. Like I believe Phil Yarn, a number of other people have played Tea Time Golf. I was enjoying myself. However, I will say that there's one major problem that I have with every golf game in VR. And the problem is I've played real golf, okay? And I know how you're supposed to hold the golf club. You know, you're supposed to have your hands like connected in a certain way with your thumbs lined up on the golf club when you're playing golf. And if you're playing a VR golf, you can't do that. If you're playing VR golf, you got these two handheld controllers in your hand. And what are you supposed to do? Like float them like this? No, you need something to grab on with your hands. So honestly, it's very difficult for me to enjoy playing a golf game in VR because what I ultimately did when I was playing this game, what I ultimately did is I basically put the golf club in my right hand and I just played one-handed. So, you know, I'm trying to hit this ball here. I just take one hand basically, bring my thing back and go like that one-handed. And that's not how you play golf. I don't play golf like that. So what I really need, they have all these gun stocks that they make for every different gun game that you can play. We need some type of Oculus Rift stock thing that we can put our Oculus Rift controllers on, and then we can actually grab a golf club in the right way and have our thumbs lined up. And then, like, if I feel like I'm holding a legit golf club and going back, you know, and doing this, I can't do this with my hands separated. I need to especially not with controllers, because I can't even get them together. And so that is my number one problem with golfing games in VR is we've got to figure that out. There needs to be a controller that we connect there needs to be some kind of adapter. We connect our controllers to it, and it gives us a golf handle. I can't play golf one-handed. I just can't do that. I mean, I'm trying to do that. Chris Gould says, Tea Time Golf, pretty lame in 2D, totally different in VR. Good illustration of the difference. Yeah, this is like a Nintendo Wii golf game in VR. Graphically, it is not spectacular, but you get out there, you see the trees around you, you see the puffy white clouds and the blue skies. I do believe, though, Barker's Crest Studio, I honestly do wish, like, I think the music is way too loud. You can go into the options menu and you can turn the music down, and that's what I immediately did. But I do wish there was more, chirping birds and, like, just the noises that you get on the golf course. There's a little bit of that, but I don't think there's enough ambient sound effects. I think there needs to be much more ambient sound effects. But like the game, the reason this game is getting a lot of pub. Oh wait, we got Justin Main Fan is checking in. So let me see if I can switch over to my special guest window. You're not showing up on my special guest window. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go into properties of Skype guest. And it's not showing me Skype. So hold on a second here. I'm trying to get Main Fan on. Let's see. Skype guest. Okay, properties. It's not showing me my Skype guest. I wonder what happened here. Yeah, I do not know what's going on. It's not showing it anywhere on my list. You know what, Main Fan? I think we'll actually have to try it. We'll try working on this off air after the show, maybe. Because I can hear you. I absolutely can hear you. I don't know if anybody on chat can hear us. Does anybody on chat? Can anybody on chat hear Main Fan? Go ahead and talk for a sec. Does anybody hear Main Fan? See, it takes a little while because we are delayed on chat. No, they don't hear you. They don't hear you. Yeah, we'll just do it offline. We'll figure it out. Man, it sucks. I wanted to get this to work, but yeah. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We are going to try to have special guests here in the near future, but I need to work on that offline first. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about Tea Time Golf. Yeah, I mean, the graphics are incredibly simple. It's a basic golf game. Like, I'm not ranting and raving about this in any way, shape, or form. It's only $10. It's a fun online game. But I do have this disconnect. I really do have this disconnect. Simon Jones said he can hear, but low volume. So you actually heard Main Fan, Simon? For some reason, I'm not, like, when I was in that window, I wasn't getting the Skype thing, so I got to figure that out. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out offline. I'll try that offline. But let's see. I do have some other stuff I can jump into here. Let's see here. Well, you know what we could talk about? We could talk a little bit about Elon Musk. Yes, our guy Elon Musk has been in the news.
No.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this for a second. This is funny.
Inside of tobacco.
Oh, okay. So it's like pot tobacco
Yeah.
posh.
You never had that?
Yeah, I think I tried one once.
Come on, man. You want some of that? You probably can't because stockholders, right?
I mean,
This, of course, was all over the internet yesterday. This is all anybody could talk about on mainstream media as well. I just thought this video somebody had on Twitter was kind of funny. Blazed up. Yeah, I had no idea, like yesterday, like somebody left a message on the video that Elon Musk actually smoked weed on the show, which I thought was really funny. But I ended up watching a lot of this interview, and this was a great interview. You know, there was a lot of interesting stuff that was talked about. And I actually wanted to record this interview, download it with 4K video downloader, and cut out just some of the key parts of the video where they're talking about like HTC Vive and where he talked about Steam for a second. And I had some kind of problem. I wasn't able to download it and didn't have enough time to be able to cut into it. But I did find this little Twitter video where this guy makes a little mix in the background. Yeah, they were talking about flamethrowers at the beginning, but there is some relevance in this story from a VR standpoint, because they were talking about, you know, whether we're in a simulation or not and all this stuff. And he's like, well, hey, one of the things that Elon Musk said is he basically said, so when you're in an HTC Vive, where are you? Like, where are you? You're like in the computer. And I didn't really think about that, but that's kind of true. So it was kind of interesting as far as that goes. But yeah, it's a great video. I actually, Paradise Decay says, I like Elon. His views are amazing. He is either an alien or the second coming. I don't know about all of that, but yeah, no, Paradise Decay says he watched the whole entire interview. I watched about the first hour and 45 minutes. And it was really late. I had to get to bed, but I do want to see the rest of, I want to see this entire interview. It's just an interesting interview. It's funny that everybody is blowing this whole weed thing like totally out of proportion, because he didn't really do this until the very end of the show. And everybody is and does he even, like, he pretty much blew it out right away. Like, he didn't even really take it in. So I doubt the guy was like bombed out of his mind in any way. Although they were drinking whiskey that whole time, so he was probably already buzzing as well. But yeah, this little trailer video where it's got like rap going on in the background, and it's like he's like, "Whoa, I'm blown away, man." It's just kind of a funny, and Joe Rogan. It's a funny video right here. But yeah, thought it was quite funny. But yeah, some interesting topics were brought up in terms of like virtual reality. And Elon Musk, one of the things he's saying is like, in about 10 years, you know, it's pretty much going to get indistinguishable from reality in the very near future. In fact, let's see here. I need to go to my little web browser here. I'm going to go to Reddit. I'm going to go to Reddit because I know that in the Oculus subreddit, there is actually a topic on this Elon Musk thing. Yeah, right here. Elon Musk, I'm about to announce a Neuralink product that connects your brain to computers. And there's a lot of chit chat on here. This is a CNBC story. Elon Musk, I'm about to announce a Neuralink product. Now, they're saying this because of what he said on the Joe Rogan podcast, where they say Musk made the comments before he smoked weed and drank on Joe Rogan's podcast. So this is not a pipe dream. Like he legitimately did this here. And it's just, I don't know. The whole thing is quite funny to me. But basically, what he's saying here is, in the interview, it sounds like this Neuralink thing that he's thinking about is maybe 10, 15, 20, 25 years away. I mean, obviously, he's got people working on it, and they're hoping to maybe do something with it in the near term in terms of like opening up that bandwidth. And one of the things that Elon Musk said that I did find quite interesting was he basically said, look, we're cyborgs already. We walk around everywhere with our phones. We instantly go to Google and ask questions. We're already cybernetic. Like, we aren't our own brain power. We're our brain power plus our phone's capabilities. The calculator, map, GPS, all this different stuff that we have on our phone. Like, we are already cyborgs, and it's simply a matter of connecting into our human consciousness to a computer in a better way, where there isn't this disconnect of having to go through a phone, having to go through these special apps. I don't know. It all sounded pretty crazy. And then, yeah, he talked about AI for quite a bit as well. And one of the things he was talking about AI is he pretty much has come to this conclusion that basically we are not going to have control. We have to hope that this super intelligent AI is going to not want to eliminate all humans. And one of the comparisons they made is with chimpanzees. Like the superpowered AI is going to be like humans and we're going to be like chimps. And if you think about us and chimps, we don't think about chimps very much. We leave chimps alone, although Joe Rogan was like, nah, man, I talk about chimps every other podcast. But we basically leave chimps alone. And so hopefully the AI will maybe kind of leave us alone and let us still do things, but help us out kind of in the way we help out chimps. Cyberdyne systems, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this is some Elon Musk stuff that we're talking about here, which, you know, I don't want to get too much into this. This is kind of going off topic from VR, but it was here on the Oculus subreddit. Elon Musk, I'm about to announce a Neuralink product. I really believe that he's not about to announce that. That is off into the future. I think they're kind of misconstruing that a little bit. John Carmack is reporting that Thumper is great on the Oculus Go. Has anybody picked up Thumper on the Go? I have not picked it up. I have not tried it. I imagine it would be really good on the go. It seems like it would work perfectly fine on the go. And not much else is going on in the Oculus Rift subreddit. Let me go ahead and bounce over to the HTC Vive subreddit and see what people are talking about. Now, this Unity Humble Bundle for $15, this is not VR games, but if you want to be a VR developer, the way I understand it is this bundle includes a ton of crap, like $1,500 worth of stuff that can help you as a VR developer or just a game developer, period. So if anybody's looking to get into VR development, you might want to check that out. Virtual reality, it is available for HTC Vive players. I'm a huge fan of virtual reality. Has anybody tried that out? So let's see, what else do they got here? Not much else is going on. I'm looking to check out any of these. Oh, Contagion VR Outbreak update number 3. There is some talk on this. This is by Victor Burgos, who's kind of the announcer guy for Contagion, and he's saying, so this took a lot longer than we had anticipated. The update includes slot saving, a full tutorial, and fleshes out the first mission endings so they make more sense and feel more impactful. Why did it take so long between updates? Scope was lost. Everyone wanted to add things to the Outbreak mission ending, and that cost us 3 to 4 weeks. Also, they lost a lot of their core testers after release. They got busy. They already had their reward of the free game for participating, and basically they had 23 testers at one point, but they really only had 2 testers. So anyway, lots of issues there. But yeah, we can kind of go back to Contagion. If we look at Contagion, we go back to, let's see here. I can probably find, there's the Contagion map path or whatever. Let's see if I can find this thing. Yeah, the Contagion roadmap. You guys might remember I brought this up one time. We were looking at August, slot saving, Outbreak mission completed, proper tutorial, you know, all this different stuff was supposed to happen in August. Then all this other stuff is happening in September, all this stuff in October. The PSVR release in November. It's a very aggressive, it's like incredibly aggressive roadmap here, probably just way too aggressive. And I could have told them that a long time ago, but developers always believe they can get a lot more done than they really can, which is great. You know, they want to do that. Whitway Studios is in the building. You know what? And I tried out Whitway Studios' new game. So why don't I go ahead and throw that trailer on? And this is People Cubed. I tried the demo of this last night. Let's go ahead and check out this trailer. This is Whitway Studios in chat. We'll full screen this for a sec.
To start, I need you to squeeze your balls. My balls?
The production values are tremendous on this trailer, as I was just talking about a lot of VR studios. You can tell which ones are overflowing with cash, which ones aren't. Whitway, maybe not exactly millions upon millions for production trailers. But looks pretty cool. Yeah, so I actually did play this game yesterday. This is People Cubed. And you are solving these puzzles. You're basically grabbing all these little cubed guys and you're moving them around, and then you're teleporting. You're basically trying to figure out the fastest way that you can get all these little cubed characters to whatever the goal is. And I enjoyed myself with this. I played this for a while. It is colorful. It's not like a super high-end game by any stretch of the imagination. If I had some recommendations for Whitway Studios in regards to this, yeah, he says, I wish, LOL, talking about if they had millions upon millions, you know, to blow on fancy trailers and CGI effects and all kinds of stuff like that. This is not a horrible game by any stretch of the imagination, because I get a lot of stuff sent to me, a lot of random stuff that's made by like one dude or two dudes, three dudes, something like that. And I've tried a lot of it, and you haven't heard about a lot of it because a lot of it just hasn't even been worth talking about. I'm sure, like, the one thing I do want to say to like every developer out there, look, like, you can talk major smack. Like, you could say, look, what the hell have I done? Like, I haven't made a video game. You guys have made a video game. So I always appreciate anybody out there that has taken a project from conception to completion and they've actually released a game on Steam, you know. And so, like, I have much love for all these developers out there. So even if I talk smack about a game, I still have tremendous respect for somebody that has been able to do the whole thing. But this is People Cubed. I played it for a little while. Now, my question is, let me see if I can go to the Steam page for People Cubed. There is this, there's a trailer for this, right? I mean, there's a demo. So everybody can try this. People Cubed Steam. Or, let's see. See, the problem is the People Cubed name is kind of a weird name. The way it's CU3... People Cubed, Steam. I'm trying to find it on Steam. Yeah, here we go. People Cubed on Steam. People Cubed, right, is kind of how you pronounce this. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Yeah, so the demo is out now. Let me go to web browser with small video window. Yeah, see, here's People Cubed right here. And you can download this demo right here. This is Whitway Studios. My question is, do you know how much this is going to cost, and when is this going to, like, when is the final version? That's like my question on this, because like I could recommend this game depending on what it costs, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to give them a recommendation just because, you know, Whitway Studios has been in chat. You know, Whitway Studios has been in chat for a while. And so should I say, oh, everybody buy this game because Whitway Studios has been in chat? I got to be honest. I got to be real. I played it for a while. I had fun. But to be completely honest, like, if this was $10, like, I'd probably rather use my $10 on like Tea Time Golf, or save my $10 for a random game that is going to be on sale for $10. Yeah, he's saying looking at around 15-ish. Based on what I played, I don't know that I would throw $15 at this game. And, you know, that might sound really harsh with Whitway Studios being a guy that has been in chat for a while here, but I just got to be honest. See, I come from a world of price sensitivity towards these VR games and towards having a certain amount of money that you have to spend every single month. And the way I've always looked at it is like, okay, in the month of September, I might be able to spend like 60, 80, $100 on VR games in the month of September, or maybe $50 in the month of September on VR games. So I have to take that money and I have to think carefully in my mind, where am I going to put my money at? You know, where am I going to put my money at? Am I going to put it on Windlands 2? Am I going to put it on Transference? You know, you got to make these decisions. And so the pricing of these games is mission critical. Honestly, my suggestion, I would suggest you price this at like $7.99, $9.99. That's my personal suggestion. I would not come in at $15 if I were you. Just because, see, the problem is I know you've spent probably crazy time and effort on this, and it's good and everything, but you're in a market where there's just so much high-powered shit. See, one of the problems, let's be completely honest here, right? Let's just throw all the honesty out there. One of the problems, honestly, that Whitway Studios has to deal with, had you had this game available in May of 2016, it was a completely different world in May of 2016 or June of 2016 or July of 2016, a completely different world. Now we live in a world where we have brand new games that are constantly coming out. And in addition to living in a world where we have games constantly coming out, we have all these VR games that came out in 2016 and 2017 and early 2018. And a lot of these games are now on sale, and they're on sale for ridiculously low prices. Paradise Decay says, at VR Game Rankings, I agree. It's hard to decide what to buy when you cover so many VR games. Keys from devs is a massive bonus, and I'm always grateful to them. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Those of us in the VR gaming coverage situation, absolutely, we are blessed to get these keys. We are blessed to play stuff like Windlands 2 ahead of time and all these different games that we get to play ahead of time. It is absolutely awesome. It is wonderful. But at the same time, who do we owe our allegiance to? We owe our allegiance to our audience. We have to be honest. We have to be honest. We have to be straight up. Now, I enjoyed this game, but like my recommendations, like if I was going to be harsh about People Cubed, like if you just, like if Whitway Studios, if they hired me as like a freaking, you know, a guy that basically takes a look at what their situation is, and then, you know, what's the name of that? I can't think of it. But basically, if they hired me to tell them what to do, I would say you got to change the voiceover work. The voiceover work is, it's too hard to understand what the people are saying. So, and I know you've already spent crazy amounts of time on the voiceover work, but it is really like, see, what they did was they recorded voiceover work, and then they altered the voices to kind of have these like certain sound to them. But I think they went too hard on changing the way that the voice work is done. So I think the voice work, like, I would kind of redo the voice work. I would have less voice at the beginning, let people get into the game more at the very beginning, and then go into more of like the cutie story stuff, maybe in some later stages, I think is what I would do. Nick Daniels says, a very polite way to say this game is bad, don't buy it. I'm not actually saying that. I'm not quite saying that. What I'm saying is, well, here's what I will say. Total honesty. Like brutal honesty. If I never knew Whitway Studios from nothing, like if I've never ever knew Whitway Studios, I would probably say like this is a game I would buy for like $3.99 or $4.99, but other than that I wouldn't consider it. That is like the straight up harshness that I would say if I knew nothing about Whitway Studios. I played the demo. I mean, the demo is out there. The demo is free. Try the demo. You guys can try the demo and tell me what you think. It's not horrible. It's not bad. I've played way worse. I was mildly entertained by this. I spent probably 45 minutes to an hour playing this. If this was absolute garbage, I would have been in there for 10 minutes and I would have just bounced right out of there. Argentina VR says, brutal honesty. I am with you in this, Anthony. Yeah, I'm going to try to be brutally honest. But having said that, you know, I'm going to try to be brutally honest, the other thing that you have to remember is, again, we are human beings, like Paradise Decay, like all of us that get these keys and get these codes and stuff. And we kind of want to like these games. We do. We want to like them. And so sometimes we'll try to look for the bright stuff, and we don't want to be that negative. Although there are certain YouTubers that's their whole gig. Their whole gig is just being completely negative. and that's their gig, and so that's another way to do it as well. But let's see here. I think there's some other little stuff we want to get into today. But yeah, that is People Cubed. There is a demo. Definitely check it out. Let's see. We talked about Smash Hit Plunder, Tabletop Basketball VR, Tea Time. We talked about Elon Musk hitting that blunt. So you know what? I guess we did actually cover everything that I had here. Oh, I know there was one thing I did want to talk about real quick. Speaking of pricing, see here's the problem for Whitway Studios. I'm going to give you an example of the problem that Whitway Studios is dealing with right now, and any smaller developer that has busted their ass making a game, and they want to price it at 15 because they've thrown their blood, sweat, and tears into that game, and they want to get some kind of compensation. They might only sell, like 1,000 of these things, and so if they price it at $4, it doesn't do them any good. That doesn't even pay their costs. So I understand the idea of wanting to sell it for $15, but here's what you're going up against. You're going up against Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice on sale for 50% off. This is the kind of shit that Whitway Studios has to deal with. That's why if they had People Cubed in May of 2016, it would have been a completely different ballgame because we wouldn't have had these kinds of things floating around out there. But this is what all these little studios have to deal with. Hellblade is $15. And how do you deal with that shit? And that's where we get into a situation where, like I said, there's a lot of games that have come out. So we have all these games that we're looking at every day. All these new games that are coming out. There's a million new games coming out every second. But then we have games that have been previously released, like Hellblade. This isn't even that old. And there's so many VR sales. There are constantly VR sales. Hybrid Energy says, well, Anthony, everything goes on sale eventually, so I'm not sure that comparison works. But what I'm trying to say is, you're making my point for me. Yes, everything does go on sale eventually, and there's always something on sale. There's always something for $10. There's always something for $14. There's always something for $8. There's always something on sale. That's the point I'm making. So like, if I look at People Cubed for $15, but I'm like, but man, freaking, I can get Form for $8. I can get Form on, and I'm not saying Form is on sale right now for $8, but you guys understand what I'm saying. So anyway, let's go back here and let's see. Let's go back to our. You know what I need? I need a Skype where I have chat here, I have my video window here, or I make my video window a lot smaller, and then I have a web browser right there. That's one of the things that I need to add, because see, if I go to web browser with small video window, which is nice because then I can go to the Vive subreddit and I can see what kind of look, watch, I'm going to look for some sales. I'll show you guys. There's always something on sale. I might have to check a couple pages of this to find what's on sale, but see, Hellblade VR Edition 50% off. Always something on sale. Now, the one good bit of news for developers like Whitway Studios, here's Basketball on a Table is really fun in VR. Of course, that is by Red Zone Studios, the actual developer. So, of course, they're going to say it's fun. But let's see. I'm trying to see if... but there's always games on sale. And I mean, the one good bit of news for like a developer like Whitway Studios is not everybody looks for all these sales. Not everybody checks every subreddit and knows every sale that is going on. So that's like the good news. That's the good bit of news. I'm trying to see if I'm seeing any other sales. Usually there's always like, this is on sale, that is on sale, this is all on sale. Like, is this worth it for $10? Is that worth it for $10? So going back to chat, let's see what people are saying here. Paradise Decay. Anthony, is it correct if you buy the standard pancake version of Hellblade at 50% off, you get the VR version for free? Yeah, the VR version is just a free deal. So if you already had the standard pancake version, the VR version is just an update. Like, there's no problem with that. So you don't have to buy the VR version. You could buy the regular version. At Hybrid Energy, this is I Am Ruts. He says he means that there is a ton of competition to go against. Got to raise the bar for these games. And it's not necessarily raise the bar, because I don't know that Whitway Studios can all of a sudden make Lone Echo. You just got to price your stuff appropriately. But the problem is, like, let's say Whitway Studios, like, again, if they price People Cubed at $4.99 and they sell 1,000 copies, is he even going to break even? You know, would you break even on that? That's the problem. It is a hard market. It is a hard nut to crack, let me tell you. And so what Whitway Studios is saying at Hybrid Energy, no problem. I'm a strong believer in hard work and honest feedback. And actually this discussion on pricing has probably been the most useful this week. Yeah, and I'm not trying to pick on you, Whitway Studios, in any way, shape, or form. It's just, I thought, you know, hey, this is an interesting discussion, because pricing is a huge thing. It's a psychological thing, and it affects everybody differently. And so I am a little more price sensitive on this stuff, where there's other people out there, they just don't even think about pricing. They just don't even worry about it. So I know that there are different strokes for different folks. People are different. Let me throw on a different trailer, because this trailer is stalling kind of. I don't know if there's something wrong with this trailer. Is a little bit hitchy and stuff. So throw a different trailer on here. But this is Land of Amara. So actually, why don't we quickly check? We've been going here for now an hour. So we have been into this for an hour. But what I haven't checked is Upload VR. And I haven't checked Road to VR. And we usually like to check Upload VR and Road to VR each time. You know, see what they're talking about here. Let's see what's going on. So the big story of the day on Upload VR is Veer VR launches experience tool for VR content creation. Okay, then they have the biggest Rift, Vive, and Windows VR releases of the week. And I am curious, virtual reality, I thought that was a damn good game. I know MameFan is not amused by virtual reality. And then it's kind of the same old stories that they've had. So yeah, just the biggest releases and all of that. So nothing much going on at Upload VR. Let's check out Road to VR and see what's going on over here. And they are talking about the Pimax 8K to begin shipping by month's end. The Magic Leap demo of the multiplayer. Oh, Carly and the Reaper Man. You know what? Let me go over to this other thing and put up Carly and the Reaper Man. I have to remind myself, oh, you know what? This is changing my thing. No, I don't want to do this. My bad. But I need to remind myself of Carly and the Reaper Man, because I have that. I have Carly and the Reaper Man, and that update did happen, so you can play that single player mode, and I do need to check that out. I do need to try that. But let's go ahead and check this little Pimax 8K story right here. I don't think there's any real news here, but basically what they're talking about is at the Berlin Backer meetup, the company introduced a new headset model, Pimax 5K Plus, which has a new panel, which will result in a 9% increase in pixels per inch, PPI. The company did not specify the exact resolution, but the regular 5K is 2560 by 1440 per eye. And basically that, you know, with 90% confidence that all Kickstarter backers will get their headsets prior to Christmas. That's the main thing that we heard. So there's no new information here. It's basically the same story that we've already heard. And Thumper is on the go. That is a popular topic as well. So let's go ahead and see. What are people talking about over here in chat? So Kaylee Allen says, I just got close to the 200th game yesterday, Pixel Ripped. I'm guessing he's bought his 200th game and it's Pixel Ripped, right? Or you got close to it? Or close to finishing your 200th game. Maybe that's it. Greg's VR says, established brands can afford to price higher. Kaylee Allen, too many games, not enough time. Yeah, that's the problem we all have. Hybrid Energy says, I added virtual reality to my wish list. I don't know about it though. Portal Humor did nothing for me. Yeah, so if the Portal Humor does nothing for you, I mean, there's really good voice acting in virtual reality. You go to all these different little rooms and each room has a weird little personality with a different kind of voice, and it's just so whimsical. Oh my God. If you look up whimsical in the dictionary, you should see virtual reality, especially the pinwheel. The pinwheel. Let me see if I can find the virtual reality trailer since we're talking about it. Because, man, I really loved certain parts of virtual reality. It's hard to look it up sometimes because you try to look up virtual reality and you just get this other VR stuff. You don't, so you might want to look up the developer or something. But let's listen to this for a second.
Constructed realities of AI clients. Simply put on and remove different virtual labor access points to jump into realities.
Importance of beauty, but given how short your life,
there are things to do. Humans do it best. Patterns, desires, decisions chosen at whim.
Especially satisfying.
That part's the best. That voice work is the best. The pinwheel one, holy shit.
How about another headset?
Just great voice work, really good voice work. Much love to the developers of virtual reality because they did a great job with their voices. I really feel like they did a great job with their voices. I guess here they're showing it gets a little dark. It gets a little dark. And then Stranger Things music kicks in. That's a cool room when you're inside that room.
Wait for our signal.
Virtual reality.
Hello, and welcome to...
Yeah, so I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that game. Chris Gould says, gotta say, VVR really irritated me. Wow, I don't know. Like, everybody doesn't seem to be into it. Hybrid Energy may be true. I'm debating on virtual reality. The trailer does make me like it. Well, see, look at that whale. Look at this pinwheel. There's so many different visual backgrounds. Like, it throws you into these different visual backgrounds, bam, and the graphics are simplistic, but I like the sound. I just love the voice work. I don't know that it's worth like the price that it's going for. Like, it might be going for like a crazy high price. Let me see, what is it on Steam? The price on this. Virtual reality. Oh, Tinder Claws. Yeah, Tinder Claws is... I forgot the name of the developer. The developer is Tinder Claws. Still having a hard time searching for... See, this is the problem. Virtual reality. Oh, so... Virtual reality... I'll switch this over to the web browser with small window. So we got positive. There's only 10 reviews, which that's a damn shame for a big game like that. I think it's a big game. Tinder Claws is the developer. It is 33% off, $10.04. Normal price is $15. I think this game is, well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't play it that long, and what I have heard is that it kind of gets monotonous, like it kind of is the same type of crap over and over and over again. But I don't know. I really vibed with this game. I liked it. I got to get back into it. So we'll see what people are talking about over here. Paradise Decay says, at Hybrid Energy, not a fan of comedy, but the experience you get in VVR is well worth it. Yeah, look at all the colors. Look at all the different backgrounds. Greg's VR says, might be too meta for its own good. And it is kind of this surreal meta, like within the experience, simulation kind of thing. Like Elon Musk would like this. Elon Musk would like it. Main fan says, I kept getting sent back to the cage and had to keep doing trial and error later in the game. And Hybrid Energy says, oh, cool, there's a free demo for people cubed. Yeah, absolutely. There is a free demo. Try out free demos. There's actually quite a few demos that are going on. I've seen quite a few demos. Paul Smith says, I played the whole of VVR in one evening in a hotel while away with work on my Gear VR. Yeah, this game, I've heard that this game is great on the Oculus Go. It's great on the Gear. Like, that's kind of where it started, and then it got ported to the Oculus Rift. It was exclusive on the Oculus Rift for a really brief period of time. And then Chris Gold says, I have just heard that Portal voice. But the voice of that guy, the voice of the whimsical Pinwheel, that is the voice that you... Oh, dude, I just want to be in a game with this Pinwheel. I mean, they need to make, seriously, Tinder Claws. Somebody tweet Tinder Claws or get a hold of Tinder Claws. Oh, Tinder Claws is in chat? Are you kidding me? VVR is the best VR game ever. Dude, Tinder Claws, who did the voice work for the Pinwheel character? Because that person deserves a raise. And I really believe that you should make an entire game based around the Pinwheel guy. Because the voice is just freaking masterful, in my opinion. Hybrid Energy says, is Tinder Claws a Smurf account of the developer for VVR? Tinder Claws hasn't played many VR games. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the real Tinder Claws. If it is, that's cool. But let's see if we can hear the voice I like. I'll tell you where it's coming.
Humans do it best. Patterns, desires, decisions chosen at whim.
Especially satisfying.
Right here.
Want to try another headset? Let's do another
I love that. I love that whimsical Pinwheel guy. But yeah, no, I'm a fan of this game. There should be way more than 10 reviews on Steam. That is actually kind of depressing to me. I hope they are selling plenty of copies to Vive owners because they should. They should. You know, I'm a fan. I'm a fan for sure. But anyway, guys, you know what? We have been going for a while here. I did want to check, you know, I checked the oh, you know what? I have not checked the PSVR subreddits though. Let's check the PSVR subreddit real quick just to see if there's any new news going on over here. Some people are talking about, you know, here he's saying, everyone is off playing me in my latest adventure, Spider-Man, and I'm just sitting in the lobby of Firewall 0 Hour. That's funny. That's a good one. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about, see, I have not tried to play Firewall online yet. And I've just been playing against the AI, and I've been perfectly entertained just playing against the AI, which I know is sad. But yeah, I mean, Firewall 0 Hour is pretty much all anybody is basically talking about, basically. And yeah, not seeing too much else here. I did see that story about smash hit Plunder, so that was kind of the thing that we were thinking about as well. So yeah, I guess we pretty much went through just about everything. Haven't seen Tinder Claws again in chat. Not sure if that's the actual developer, but if it is, much love to the voice acting. Much love. Absolutely. All right, folks, we have been going well over an hour, so that is going to go ahead and pretty much do it for this episode of the VR Game Rankings Daily Vlog Live. And once again, tomorrow's episode is going to be 5 to 10 minutes after the VR Roundtable episode concludes. So yeah, this has been VR Game Rankings. Make sure peep out the website, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed this at all, and definitely I will see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to go to the VR Roundtable. Go to the VR Roundtable YouTube page tomorrow around 9 a.m. Pacific. We will be doing a live VR Roundtable episode. I imagine we're going to be talking a lot about games and game releases and games that are coming up soon, maybe the games of September, because there's not a lot of big news going on, but we'll definitely have plenty of stuff to talk about. And then 5 to 10 minutes after that VR Roundtable episode, you just bounce over to the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel and we will have the after party. And Sunday is just the after party. We try to kick back, we try to relax, have some fun, just chit chat about stuff. And then Monday is back to real news, real VR stuff. That of course will be Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I'll see everybody tomorrow on VR Roundtable at 9 a.m. Pacific time. See you then. Take it easy. Later.